Cascade Hoops Talk, Billy D. Boy, we're really going to test those tiebreakers this season. You gurus around the conferences, you better be sharpening your pencils. Buckle up. Cascade Hoops Talk starts right now. Cascade Hoops Talk, produced in the shadow of the beautiful Cascade Mountains and bringing the world NAIA basketball. One podcast at a time. You'll see when we go through conference by conference, but boy, everything's still real tight. I think we're down to about 4 games to go in most conferences. Let's just start from the top and work our way down and get through what happened this weekend. So number 1, Grace, the team that just seemed invincible just 2 weeks ago, they went over to Mount Vernon Nazarene. Remember, we talked about this game last week. It's a tough game. It's a long travel. They fell over there 79-66. Congratulations to Jared Ronai and his team. Isaiah Brown, he had 20 points. Oh, I know Isaiah Brown didn't have 20 points twice. I apologize for that. But Grace goes to 22-2, and they're going to host Marion on Wednesday. Indiana Wesleyan, they defeated Spring Arbor at Spring Arbor. That's a good win for them, but they just beat the heck out of them. 85-50. Millen McCartney, 15 points, 5 rebounds. Isaac Andrews, who's been playing really well for the Wildcats, 15 points, 5 rebounds as well. They're going to be hosting Mount Vernon Nazarene on Wednesday, and they're 21-3. Also, Bethel Pilots, they fell to Huntington. They had to go up to the Platte. That's going to be the next, that's going to replace Doane as the place dreams go to die. Bethel fell 82-80. Caden Johnson, the big guy for Huntington, 18 points, 12 rebounds, and Miles Good, 12 points, 2 rebounds, and he got 2 free throws with 2 seconds left. Put the Huntington Foresters ahead for good. So Bethel goes to 20-4, and they're going to host Spring Arbor on Wednesday. Taylor went to Marion in Indianapolis. They beat him 68-42. Nathan Parker, 12 points, 9 rebounds, and Levin Smith, 11 points, 9 rebounds. Taylor now is 20-7, and they're going to host St. Francis on Wednesday. Take a look at the rest of the games. Really only one game to talk about there. One is St. Francis was able to defeat Goshen. Look at the standings. You've noticed I've added the red lines kind of showing the playoff cutoffs. The first line is everybody above that is going to start the playoffs at home. Everybody below the second line is not in the playoffs. So you can see it start to shape out there. It's not over yet, but that's where we are right now. So knowing that, Mount Vernon will be at India. Oh, let's go back. Great. Look at this. Grace and Indiana Wesleyan, they're only a game apart, and I think they have 4 to go. So Mount Vernon will be at Indiana Wesleyan, and Marion will be at Grace. Marion will, in all likelihood, beat Grace. St. Francis is at Taylor, and Spring Arbor is at Bethel. So there still could be some movement in what looked like a done deal over here in the Crossroads Conference. Jump over to the Mid-South. Bethel was at Freed Hardeman. Freed Hardeman they're going to win this conference. They won this game 98-72. Rico Sane, 23 points, 4 rebounds. Phil Horton, 15 points, 9 rebounds. Freed Hardeman, they will host Lindsey Wilson on Thursday, and that's a big game. I'll show you in a moment. Lindsey Wilson now is 24-1. Cumberland's fell to Georgetown. They go to 19-6. They'll be at Cumberland on Thursday. And in that game, Georgetown won that game 73-61. Isaiah Mason had 24 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists for the Tigers. And Chance Dillingham, the freshman, 13 points, 2 rebounds. Georgetown goes to 19-6, and they're going to be at Cumberland on Saturday. Only other one game in the Mid-South, Cumberland Campbellsville defeated Cumberland 85-79. So here's the standing. So the line there, Freed Hardeman, the number one team in the league, they get a bye of the first round. But you can see Lindsey Wilson is really battling for that number 2 spot with Georgetown. So Lindsey Wilson versus Freed Hardeman, that's a huge game. Let's look at that schedule. So Lindsey Wilson, as we said, will be at Freed Hardeman. Cumberland's will be at Cumberland, and Campbellsville at Bethel next week. Or on Thursday. Let's go to the KCAC, Oklahoma Wesleyan. They held serve. They defeated Sterling 80-70. Tamaje is Wagbe, and I want to thank him for helping me pronounce his name. Tamaje is Wagbe. He had 11 points, 4 rebounds. Thank you, Tamaje, for helping me with that. And Marshall Gillette, he had 12 points. Oklahoma Wesleyan goes to 21-3. I got distracted. I was so proud of myself to be able to say Tamaje's name right. But anyway, Oklahoma Wesleyan is 21-3, and they're going to be at Ottawa on Wednesday. Elsewhere in the KCAC, Friends beat Ottawa 96-84. Khalees Lee, 13 points, 3 rebounds. And boy, listen to this one. Colin Macklin, 35 points, 8 rebounds. That's a big boy night. You've heard me say it a million times. Anytime somebody puts up a 30 spot, that's pretty special. Friends goes to 19-5, and they're going to host Sterling on Wednesday. Take a look at the rest of the conference. It's a pretty big conference. Evangel got the win at York. Avila defeated Bethel. You see that there. McPherson fell to St. Mary. Tough loss for McPherson. We'll show you in the standings. I don't know why a score didn't come up on the Southwestern game, but trust me, Southwestern won that game. Looking at the standings in the KCAC, Oklahoma Wesleyan is really in the driver's seat as we're heading down the final stretch here. You can see that loss, McPherson had second place. That loss knocked him out. And you can see there it's just a battle all the way down, both for to stay in the top 4 for home court and just to stay in the playoffs. So this Wednesday, they play on Wednesday. St. Mary will be at Avila. Bethel has to go to Kansas Wesleyan, road game. And Oklahoma Wesleyan will be at Ottawa, another road game. And McPherson, is that right? Yeah, McPherson will be at York. McPherson has no wiggle room left. They need to win. Jumping down to the Sun Conference, Ave Maria got postponed with Florida Memorial. Looks like they rescheduled that game for February 16th. Ave Maria is 21-2. They were going to play Warner. Oh, Bill. They were going to play Warner, and their next game now is tonight against Florida Memorial. Kaiser, they defeated Southeastern at Southeastern. They went into the furnace. They went into the furnace, and they beat them by 27 points. That is no small feat, my friend. They won that game. Jackson Slater, 18 points, 5 rebounds, and Matthew Shea, 16 points, 5 rebounds. Kaiser goes to 20-3, and they will host Weber on Wednesday. The rest of the games, only one other to mention is Florida Memorial defeated Weber. We talked about the rest of them. Here's your standings. Now, in this conference, the top 2 get a bye in the first round. And then if you're under that second red line, then you're out of the playoffs. That's the way it works. That's where everything is right now. So coming up on Wednesday, Warner will be at St. Thomas. Weber will be at Kaiser. Coastal Georgia will be at Florida Memorial. Not a huge conference. The GSAC, Hope, real big win for Hope. They went to Benedictine Mesa, and they beat them 83-66. Good win for the Royals. Big Nick Hopkins, 27 points, 10 rebounds, and the freshman Amon Haynes, 20.7 rebounds. The Royals, they go to 21-4, and big showdown on Thursday. They're going to host Arizona Christian. The only other game of note in that league is Embry-Riddle held on. They beat Life Pacific. I'll show you in the standings here. Embry-Riddle is really trying to bust into playoff zone there. But, boy, they're going to need some help. That's the standings right now. The Masters is still, a game up. And so here's the games coming up. Arizona Christian's going to be at Hope on Thursday, and Embry-Riddle will be at La Sierra. The Sooner Conference, Nelson at Southwestern Christian got the win, 85-79. Big Micah Clark, 33 points, another 30 spot. That guy scored a ton of points this year. And Jesse Iweezy, 19 points, 11 rebounds for the double-double. They go to 20-4, and they're going to host Mid-America Christian on Thursday. Langston, they beat Science and Arts. They were at home and beat Science and Arts 96-69. They'll be at Wayland Baptist tonight. In that Science and Arts win, Trey Clark, 18 points, 6 rebounds, and Orlando Thomas, 25 points, 5 rebounds. Boy, keep an eye on that Wayland Baptist game. Langston has to go on the road tonight, and you've heard me talk about Wayland before. That's a big test. So, boy, that's about an even money throw right there. The rest of the games in the conference over the weekend, Texas Wesleyan defeated Oklahoma City at Oklahoma City. Tough loss for the Stars. Mid-America Christian won. Wayland Baptist held serve and beat John Brown. And Panhandle won again. They beat College of the Ozarks. That team's starting to mature and come around. They're not an automatic out as we head down the stretch here. So the standings right now, Nelson still hangs on to that half a game lead. Texas Wesleyan is up there knocking at the door, and you can see the rest of them. I'm not going to read them all to you. I don't know why John Brown's got 2 games. Look at, they've got less games. Well, I pulled this right off the the Sooner site. Anyway, those are the standings. Below that line means you're going to miss the playoffs. Here's the games tonight. I already mentioned it to you. Langston is at Wayland Baptist, and we'll update you on that tomorrow. Whoa. So Indiana Tech, they get back in the W column. They beat Michigan Dearborn on the road 90-68. Logan Beeston, 14 points, 8 rebounds. Steele Brasfeld, 14 points, 2 rebounds. They will be not at Michigan Dearborn. That's an error. They're going to be at Lourdes on Wednesday. They're 17-6, and they'll be at Lourdes on Wednesday. That's going to be a big test. Here's the rest of the games in the WAC. Rochester Christian beat Cornerstone. That was a good win for Rochester Christian. Cornerstone's been playing really well. Madonna holds serve and beats Lawrence Tech, and Lourdes beat Aquinas. So in the standings now, a conference that it looked like Indiana Tech was going to run away now has Madonna really with a stranglehold as we head into the final stretch here. They're up 2 games, and you can see the rest. They're really a battle for second place there. And they go down to 8 teams in this one make the playoffs. Here's the schedule for Wednesday. Aquinas will be at Lawrence Tech. Indiana Tech at Lourdes, huge game. And Defiance College at Madonna. Madonna needs to win to hold everybody off. And Rochester Christian will be at Siena Heights. U-Pike, they played Columbia, South Carolina. They beat them 73-54. L.A. Walker, 12 points, 8 rebounds. Big Riley Salmons, 23 points, 3 rebounds. They're 19-3 now, and they're going to be at CIU tonight. Only other games in that conference, Johnson defeated Truett McConnell. That was a good win for Johnson. And Reinhardt beat Bryan. So let's take a look at the standings in the AAC. So Pikeville still has that 3-game lead. The first line down. Okay, let's start this line. The second line down are all the teams that make the playoffs. You can see that. And the top 6 get a bye for the first round. So the bottom 4, they do a play-in. So there's 6 teams here. These 4 teams do a play-in, and then that makes 8 teams for a traditional 8-team bracket. Did you take notes? There's a test later. So the only game really of the couple games of significance, Pikeville will be at CIU, and Tennessee Wesleyan will be at Commonwealth, and those are on, what are they, tonight. Those are both tonight. In the Red River Conference, Shreveport, I reported to you that they would play on Saturday. They're actually playing Texas College tomorrow night. So they're 19-4, and they play Texas College tomorrow night. Here's the games that did happen in the Red River. LSU Alexandria won again. Texas A&M Texarkana, good win at UNT Dallas. Tough place to win. And Our Lady of the Lake beat Xavier. Good win for them. Let's check out the standings. Come on. So Shreveport still has a commanding lead. Big battle for second place. And as you can see, that line, below that line means you don't make the playoffs. So San Antonio and Jarvis Christian are really battling for that spot. So coming up on Monday, tonight, Louisiana Christian will be at Xavier. And then on Tuesday, Shreveport will be at Texas College, as we mentioned. Columbia College, they defeated Harris Stowe 93-61. Justin Boyer, he had 21 points, 9 rebounds. And Johnny Anderson, 18 points, 14 rebounds for the double-double. They go to 21-3, and they're going to host UHSP on Tuesday, tomorrow night. Also in that conference, Hannibal LaGrange beat Mission, and tough loss for Williams Baptist. They lost to Health and Sciences in a road game. I'll show you in the standings. That really hurt them. So let's look at the standings. Columbia and Hannibal LaGrange are still battling it out. Williams Baptist now has fallen back two full games. Everybody in this league makes the playoffs, by the way. That's why there's no red line. Okay, so tonight, Columbia, I think that's tonight. No, tomorrow night, Columbia will host Health and Sciences. And then on Thursday, Columbia will be at Mission. They're playing 3 games in 6 days. So keep an eye on that. Columbia is playing 3 games in 6 days. Also on, Thursday, Hannibal LaGrange will be hosting Health and Sciences, and Williams Baptist will be hosting Harris Stowe. So a lot of drama in the AMC. In the southern states, William Carey defeated Abraham Baldwin 99-90. Malik Franklin, 21 points, 5 rebounds. And Troy Dunn, 22 points, 2 rebounds. They're going to host Faulkner on Thursday. Here's the rest of the games. I just starred the whole thing. Every one of these games was for position. So Loyola and Bruton Parker both won at home. Dalton State and Life won on the road. And Faulkner went into point and won on the road. What's the best win of your career? Every road game. Okay, so in this is the standings, and the top 5 in the East and the West make the playoffs is the way this works. And they play it all in one location. So coming up on Thursday, Bruton Parker will be at ABAC. William Carey will be at Faulkner. Huge game in the conference, along with Loyola and Mobile. Don't look at Mobile's record. They lost some games by forfeit. So they're way better than their record shows. The Frontier Conference, Man, it's a big conference. Montana Tech, they won 2 this weekend on Friday night. They beat Dickinson State 67-48. Hayden Deacons, 12 points, 13 rebounds for a double-double. Carson Peffer, 12 points, 3 rebounds. And then on Saturday, they beat Bismarck State 98-70. Asher Williams, 16 points, 3 rebounds. And Carson Peffer again, he had 16 points, 2 rebounds. They will host Bellevue on Friday. They're 18-6 right now. Let's look at the other games in the Frontier. Carroll fell to Bellevue on Friday. Rocky Mountain swept the weekend at Dakota State and Bellevue. We're working to get Danny Neville on here tomorrow so you can hear it straight from him. As I said, Rocky Mountain swept the weekend, and Carroll got the split. They were able to beat Dakota State. So it's 8 teams make the playoffs down to Valley City. And there's the standings right now. Rocky Mountain's really in the driver's seat, but still some basketball to be played. So on Friday, Bellevue will be at Montana Tech. Huge game. Montana Northern will be in Billings to take on Rocky Mountain. Dakota State will be at Montana Western. All games to watch. On Saturday, Bellevue will take on Montana Western. And Montana Northern will be at Carroll. And Dakota State will be at Montana Tech. Rocky Mountain will be at home against Providence, and JC is going to get mad at me, but I fully expect Rocky Mountain to win that game. Graceland, in the heart of America, they beat Benedictine 72-49. Micah Lamberth, 20 points, 2 rebounds. Cole Bowen, 18 points, 13 rebounds for a double-double. They go to 20-4, and they're going to be at Mount Marty on Wednesday. Here's the other action in the conference. Grandview got the win over William Woods. And then also Baker beat Missouri Baptist. Good win for Baker. And Peru State beat Missouri Valley. And, of course, we talked to you about Graceland already. So here's the standings in the Heartland. Graceland continues to win by 2 games. There's the cutoff line. That's 8 teams make the playoffs. Mid-American Nazarene is battling with Peru State for that spot. So coming up on Wednesday, Missouri Valley will be at Missouri Baptist. William Penn will be at Clark. Benedictine at Baker. And Park at Grandview. Still a lot of basketball. Still some things to be decided in the heart of America. In the Cascade Conference, Oregon Tech fell at Corbin on Friday night, 90-70. TJ Zimmerman, big TJ Zimmerman, 20 points, 4 rebounds. Anjay Cortez, 19 points, 9 rebounds. He was 9 for 13 shooting, most of that in the second half. He played a whale of a game. Congratulations to Corbin. They were the spoilers this weekend. They beat Southern Oregon on Saturday night as well. I'll show you that. So Oregon Tech goes to 17-7 because on Saturday they beat Bushnell 66-48. Grant Tull, 18 points, 7 rebounds. Jared Sucher, 16 points, 2 rebounds. And they're going to host Southern Oregon on Tuesday in a giant game for position in the Cascade Conference. So here's the other games. We'll get to the standings in a moment. Friday night, LC State, they won against Warner Pacific. Southern Oregon beat Bushnell. Eastern beat Evergreen, and College of Idaho beat Northwest, all as expected outside of the Corbin upset of Oregon Tech. And then on Saturday, Eastern beat Northwest. Corbin beat Southern Oregon, as I already told you. So really team of the week in the Cascade, I think, the Corbin Warriors. College of Idaho beat Evergreen. So let's look at the standings quickly. 8 teams make it. The top 4 host. So there's 1 game separating 1st through 5th. That's nuts, isn't it? So this week, Southern Oregon will be at Oregon Tech. They're both 12-4. And the blue mark means we'll be there covering the game. Friday, LC State will be at Evergreen. College of Idaho will be at Corbin. Eastern Oregon will be at Bushnell. we'll cover that game as well. And then on Saturday, Eastern Oregon will go over to Corbin. LC State will be at Northwest, a tough place to play. College of Idaho will be at Bushnell. We will be there. We will be there covering that game as well, trying to bring you as much Cascade action as we can. In the River States, IU Kokomo, they fell to Midway. For Midway, Amari Wales, 24 points, 6 rebounds. Dontavius King, 15 points, 12 rebounds for the double-double. IU Kokomo goes to 20-4, and they'll host St. Mary of the Woods on Tuesday. Here's other action in the River States. IU Southeast won. Shawnee State beat Brescia. St. Mary of the Woods beat IU East, and Rio Grande beat Oakland City. You can see those scores right there. Here's the standings. Top 4 in each the East and West make the playoffs. There's the cutoff lines as we stand today. And coming up on Tuesday, St. Mary of the Woods will be at Kokomo, as we said. IU Southeast will be at Columbus. And West Virginia Tech will be at Rio Grande. Couple dates I want to tell you about is the new national poll will be out this Wednesday. Look at that. It's almost the last one. Can you believe how fast this season's went? I mean, it's just flew by. And then the new ARC and the RPI comes out on February 9th. That is what? That's Monday. That's today. That's later this morning. Okay. So the link for these is in the description every day if you're ever looking for it. So if you notice, as you watch around the country, game scores are getting a little tighter. Teams that were bottom dwellers are starting to knock off more teams. You know, there's a lot of film about every team. Teams are starting to gel. So in some ways, it's getting more competitive. Other teams have just dropped off the radar. You know what I'm saying? They're struggling really bad. But a lot of teams now are more competitive than they were, a month and a half ago. A lot of that is just because everybody's seen everybody so many times. So when your team's on the road, I mean, you just can't count on anything. It's going to get really, really interesting. And I still say that these conferences are as tight as I've ever seen them. And just enjoy these last few weeks, because I think in most conferences there's 4 games left. And anything can happen. Hey, this is Billy D. Thanks a lot. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Thank you very much for supporting our podcast. Please like and subscribe. Get out to your local NAIA school, because NAIA basketball is the best entertainment value in America.